All right, y'all. Old Donnie is continuing to piss off virtually everybody. His approval rating is down at 30%, 31%. He's hiding at Mar-a-Lago and playing golf while annoying more and more people by the day. So this is in Newsweek. Anti-abortion group pressures Trump to embrace firm stance. The blaming of the abortion issue by former President Donald Trump as the reason Republicans underperformed in the 2022 midterm elections is receiving pushback from at least one conservative anti-abortion group. Trump deflected blame for the performance of his party in November by saying, "It wasn't my fault. Republicans didn't live up to expectations." Fingers have been pointed at the former president for endorsing losing candidates in major high-profile races, including Herschel Walker, Carrie Lake, Tudor Dixon. It was the abortion issue poorly handled by many Republicans, especially those that firmly insisted no exceptions, even in cases of rape, incest, or life of the mother, and that lost large numbers of voters. Trump wrote on Sunday on Truth Social. Also, the people that pushed so hard for decades against abortion got their wish from the U.S. Supreme Court and just plain disappeared, not to be seen again. Susan B. Anthony, ProLife America, issued a rebuttal to Trump, highlighting the group's expectations for Republican presidential candidates moving forward. Quote, "The approach to winning on abortion in federal races, proven for a decade, is this. State clearly the ambitious consensus pro-life position and contrast that with the extreme view of Democrat opponents." The organization said Monday in a statement, "We look forward to hearing that position fully articulated by Mr. Trump and all presidential candidates." There was also a profound midterm lesson for future federal candidates. Those who adopt the ostrich strategy on abortion lose, it added. The ostrich metaphor refers to those who pretend certain things don't exist, burying their heads in the sand as an ostrich would. Pro-Life Flag Project, a nonpartisan anti-abortion group with the goal of uniting the broader anti-abortion movement under a common banner, called Trump's comments unfortunately accusatory, partisan, and misguided. The group acknowledged that more work needs to be done, but that the movement has been loudly and joyously celebrating that victory since June. Nearly all members of the pro-life movement acknowledge the need for life of the mother exceptions, such as in the cases of ectopic pregnancies. The organization told Newsweek in a statement, "This is evidenced by the fact that every abortion ban passed in pro-life states since Roe's reversal has included wording to allow for abortion in those rare but tragic cases where the mother's life is at risk." So anyway, they go on here. The bottom line is they're pissed at Trump because Trump said, he finally spoke on, "Hey man, your candidate sort of shit the bed." He comes out and he's like, "Bro, you can't blame me. I didn't even do anything wrong. The real problem was abortion. And, because of the abortion issue, we ended up not doing all that well." And then he tries to put himself out there as the moderate by saying, "Hey, I'm kind of in favor of exceptions for life of the mother, rape, and incest. And all these people who aren't, well, that's why you lost." So there are many things to say about that. First of all, it's funny Trump says this because he is the reason Roe versus Wade was overturned, because he put the judges on the court and the judges did what we expected the judges to do. They overturned Roe versus Wade. So he kind of owns that. But now, the consequences of that are, one of the consequences of that is you didn't do well in the election. Your candidates didn't do well in the election. He's like, "Bro, who did this whole extremist abortion thing? That's fucking crazy, bro." That's one point. And then the second point is, dude, these are the people who, these people helped you get elected. You're polling very low right now, and then you also come out and shit on them when they were one of a tried and true base for you that always showed up for you, the evangelical Christians, the anti-abortion people. And so now nobody's left to support Trump, right? Now he's pissing everybody off left and right. And by the way, his explanation is only half true when he said, "Oh, blame the abortion issue, don't blame me." No, maybe that's some percentage of the picture is, yes, Republicans were too extreme on abortion, including you, right? But then the other portion is, a majority of the candidates running were election deniers. A majority of the Republicans running were election deniers. That is directly because of you. You made that the litmus test. And your handpicked candidates who were most, 2020 election skeptical, they were the ones who got destroyed the worst. So he takes no accountability, no responsibility for him being the leader of the party, him handpicking a lot of the candidates, those candidates doing the worst, and he just deflects by saying, "Oh no, it's the abortion thing," and that's really the end of the conversation. Well, again, even if I accept what you said, which I don't, but okay, let's say it is the abortion thing. Well, look in the mirror. You put these people on the court. They did the thing that you originally thought they were going to do, and it turns out people didn't fucking like it. They don't like it. And by the way, even the position he's espousing there of well, there needs to be exceptions for rape, incest, life of the mother. That's not enough either. We've seen the polling on it, and I think Americans have a kind of nuanced view on abortion. They're not in favor of late-term abortion, but they're in favor of mid and early-term abortion, and that was Roe versus Wade. That was the popular position. The moderate position was the popular position. When you poll it, people say It should be legal with some exceptions. So, but that's not Trump's position, and that's certainly not the pro-life group's positions. I'm sure there's some that say no exceptions whatsoever. There's certainly some candidates who said no exceptions whatsoever, but even the ones who say there can be an exception, they only say life of the mother. So, but now look, he's already pissed off everybody. And then now, since he made this comment trying to deflect blame from himself, you just isolated another group that was hardcore with you dippy. And by the way, DeSantis is more moderate on abortion than Trump is, but now a lot of these pro-life groups might give DeSantis a second look and a second chance because Trump just directly called them out and said, you're the fucking problem. Man, he's stepping on a rake every single day, isn't he? He's pissing off everybody now. Like, you have no allies left. None. Slap nuts. You want to keep fucking doing this? Okay, by all means. So anyway, you guys can tell me yet again how right I am, how I've been right longer than anybody else when I told you guys the Teflon Don era is over. I mean, what more evidence do you need? Approval rating 30%, 31%. DeSantis surpassed him in a whole bunch of polls now. He's even isolating the few people who still remained with him. You reap what you sow, dog. That's for sure. Ever since Adpocalypse, when YouTube defunded all independent news and politics overnight, we haven't trusted them. We know they can pull the rug out from underneath us at any time. If you enjoy this content, please consider tipping $1 or $2 per month on the Secular Talk Patreon. Link in the video description box below. Thanks for your support.